Residents living near the scene of a massive explosion in Christchurch say they still don't know what caused the blast. One home was completely destroyed and others damaged when a house suddenly exploded in the suburb of Northwood 2 weeks ago today. While Fire and Emergency quickly said on the day that it was a gas explosion, the investigation into what actually happened could take up to a year. But residents and local authorities say they need the answers far sooner. Our South Island reporter Logan Church and videographer Simon Rogers filed this report.
Local resident Tony Pringle says he'll never forget the day of the explosion.
Well, we were just sitting in the lounge and we heard an almighty bang, and we thought something fell down in the garage, but it actually shook the house, and we're just about 2 kilometres away, way down by the shopping centre.
2 weeks on, Marble Court still resembles a war zone. 2 people remain in hospital. Some of the owners of the properties are here today trying to empty their homes into removal trucks and shipping containers. I spoke to some of them earlier. None of them wanted to go on camera, but you can really see the stress on their faces. One man I spoke to had actually moved out here from the east after his house was very badly damaged from the earthquakes. He came here trying to find some peace and quiet, which obviously is not what he's found. But even looking around today, we can see that much of the street is very much as it was 2 weeks ago, although construction fencing has been put up around many of the properties in this cul-de-sac. Behind it we can see piles of cladding, broken garage doors, windows lying on the ground, all those gaps boarded up with bits of plywood, and that continues for many of the homes around here. But as we turn to the house which was really at the centre of the explosion 2 weeks ago, not much has changed at all. A mobile police base sits outside, but looking onto the property we can see that the cars inside the garage are still destroyed, the walls still buckled in, that roof completely collapsed. It's still a real complete mess, and it's going to be some time before this street is back to normal. But it's not just residents on the streets that are trying to get their lives back together. Many of the properties on surrounding streets were also damaged from flying debris and the sheer force of the explosion. Among them is Jovan Marinkovic.
In my house was several damages on the light switching because the lights was quite heavy. Garage was damaged, and when was person from insurance came, and within 2 days time was a builder come in and make assessment, and he realized that all G-board has to be in the triple garage removed and to make new one, and ceiling as well.
While Jovan is pleased with how swiftly his insurance company is dealing with his situation, he thinks what this community actually needs is answers. An investigation into what caused the explosion could take up to a year.
People they need answer. I'm not saying over the night for 24 hours, because that is understandable. Nobody can't arrange that. But yes, it's a little bit long period.
A view shared by Tony Pringle.
People want peace of mind before then, We haven't been notified what happened or what caused it, so it's taken quite a while to sort out.
Back in town, the councillor for the Northwood area, Aaron Kewen, says several issues have been raised with the council.
The one that's been raised is around rates payments, so I can't say what the outcome would be, but certainly there was a different system put in place post-quake, and we would be looking at can we make any changes for those residents this time round. No promises yet, but the questions have certainly been asked.
But he also agrees that answers are needed.
If we could get even it might not be a signed off final story, but basically this is what we believe happened, and so on and so forth, and yes, you are safe, or no, you should get this and this checked. At least that, an update. Some of the timelines that I'm hearing are extraordinary. There's still a number of them that kind of wake up in the morning and go, that really happened, and we no longer have a house, and we're going to have to go through the whole process of rebuilding a house, and that's a shock to almost anyone.
Checkpoint approached Fire and Emergency to ask how the investigation was going. It said it couldn't comment today other than say it is still continuing. In Christchurch for Checkpoints, Logan Church.